Ah, very good.
Lovely.
Oh, excellent.
This is clear as a bell for me.
Yeah, it is for me. Really good.
So I had an email from Jen that she wasn't sure whether she'd come. She thought she could, but I haven't heard from Jan.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm only certain about the four of us. Okay.
Well, this is really good. And I've pressed the call record button, so it'd just be interesting to see, if it actually records. Very good.
I think, is everybody else seeing a bit of a delay in Jack's video and audio?
I'm not seeing that.
No? Okay.
So that's, what about you, Cathy? Are you getting a delay?
No, but you just froze and Liz just froze on my end. But
right, yeah.
as long as you guys can see them.
Yeah, we can. I mean,
you're recording, Jack.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah, so it seems to be, this seems very good. It is the best yet.
Okay.
I do have my other computer on, so I'm going to shut it off in case that's drawing any strength.
It will. It'll take up some bandwidth, yeah. So if you shut it off. Mm-hmm.
That sounds cool.
Is that it?
So I shut that down.
Okay. Do you want to start us off, Jackie, or what would you like?
Sure. Did you all get that addition to the paper that Jack worked on?
Yeah.
Did you read Joan's address?
I just got it last night, and I'm afraid I just looked through what notes you actually put in, Jack. I haven't had a chance to go back and read either of the papers.
Well, the address is quite long, 15 pages, I think, but it's a beautiful piece of work, don't you think, Jack?
Yeah, it was really the penultimate paragraph. So if you go right to the end of the piece, and it's the next to the last paragraph that I think we could actually relate to, because Joan is emphasising the importance of the values emerging from love, hope, and wisdom. And it's the first time that I've seen those particular qualities being put together. It seems to me that they resonate with what, for example, I see Jackie expressing in her work with students. I do think that Jackie loves what she does. I feel enormous hope in the energy I do. But also, you see, in a way that we've never done, and Liz, you have this as well with that sense of the loving kindness. I do think there is wisdom, being expressed, and nobody's ever taken those qualities and, if you like, acknowledge that they exist within one's own practice. So, if you just look, Cathy, it's the penultimate paragraph, and that's the one that I would like very much to draw on.
Now, so it's my belief is that we're to live not just in a university, but in a society. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah.
Or the one before she talks about her work at Liverpool Hope?
No, it's actually right at the end. It's right at the end of the paper, and it's the next to the last paragraph.
Next to last.
Yeah, next.
Human brain is the most
That's it. That's
it. In the known universe.
Yeah.
What's the heading?
The heading.
It's amazing.
I think it's right. As I say, it's right at the end.
It's the second last paragraph.
Second last paragraph.
Under content.
Now, if you go right to the end, you see thank you, then you see the last paragraph, my belief, and then you see the second last paragraph. The human brain is the most complex object in the known universe.
Yeah, and you actually copied that into your email, so
That's right.
I have.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm not finding it on the paper, but
if you just.
Are you talking about the attachment? Sorry,
talking about J. Walton, PhD lecture.
It's right in the email. Ideas for joint.
Yeah, it's in the email. That's right.
Oh, it's not the attachment. Okay.
So if you go halfway down and it starts, this is what I have now through my long and very rewarding, and then the next paragraph is the one they just read.
Okay.
And it's the last sentence of that penultimate paragraph with the,
Oh.
it's got the love, hope, and wisdom. And
Yeah.
it just, the reason that it resonated with me is that I think that as I work on the paper with Jackie, that I think we'll be able to present it back to you both, and also to Jen and Jan, just to check the validity of the claim that Jackie's practice is informed by those qualities, love, hope, and wisdom. And those can be used as explanatory principles in relation to her influence. And the only other point that I'd just like to ask is something that the United Nations designated 2012 as the International Year of Cooperatives. And one of the person who works for me every week is called Maureen Breeze, and she's joint president of the International Association for the Study of Cooperation in Learning, and they've just got a special issue out which deals with cooperative values. And what I'd like very much to do is to look at those. There are something like 6 organizational values and 4 personal values or ethical values. And again, these are ones that I find that Jackie lives in her own practice. I think they help her in the generation of a culture of inquiry. So I'd like to see if I could bring those values from the idea of a cooperative inquiry into the explanation, which then integrates love, hope, and wisdom as explanatory principles. So you've got both a context and an environment which is influenced by cooperative inquiry, and then these other values that I think you will recognise in Jackie's practice that can explain the nature of the influence that enables both of you to express your creativity as you develop your own living theories of your own practice and learning. But it was just to see if I could, with Jackie, produce an explanation that, if you like, in terms of its validity, you could check with us whether this feels valid to you in terms of your experiences, if that feels okay.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah. Are you okay?
So, Liz, are you still trying to get through that paragraph, or have you got it now?
No, I had read that already. I thought you were talking to this Marie. Sorry, I don't know her name yet. The piece Jack was just talking about, Maureen Breeze's piece.
That's Maureen Breeze. Yeah, Maureen Breeze is the...
That was the attachment in the email.
Yeah. It's on page 1.
Before we go any further, I just wanted to... I think we should put on the recording that we all give permission to record this conversation and upload it to YouTube in public domain. So just to get that up front, I was actually hoping we might wait till the other two come on, but before we go any further, I think we should do that. So I give permission.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I always take it for granted that if I'm doing stuff with Jackie and it's videoed, that's what we've both given each other's ethical permission. So, Cathy and Liz, yes, it would be good.
Yes, you may take that for granted.
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
You have my permission as well to record it and upload.
Fantastic. Great.
And mine as well, to record and upload as you see fit.
Okay, thanks, Liz, because what I'd like very much to do, Liz, I think one of the values I think you use, and just check it with this, is loving kindness. Is that right? Because
it's not one I specifically made explicit and identified, but that's more the methodology of getting across my values of love and joy.
Yeah. Because again, you see, I want very much to find a way of connecting with both of your writings as we're doing this with Jackie, we're doing this together, in a way that really does get to the heart of your own values, so that you feel that, like with love and joy, that we're able to point to the experiences that we're having in the educational relationships that you feel resonate with your own, we call it, the ontological values and the energy that you bring into your practice. So, again, Liz, I'll be looking, at your writings, and Cathy, along with yours, to see whether or not our communications for ARA are really communicating your meanings. And that's very, very important to both of us, isn't it, Jackie? Yeah.
Yes. So I'm wondering if where you're at in your own work, Yeah, if you can make that connect from what Jack has just talked about.
Well, when I read the email last night, of course, I've always felt passionate about wisdom, and it's part of the reason why I pursued philosophy courses in my post-secondary studies. But it wasn't until I read the email last night that I thought, wisdom. Yeah, okay. That certainly, I think it was inherent in a lot of the things that I felt were, values to me. And when I did my values study, I broke it down, and wisdom was in there, and hope was in there, and all of the values that have been mentioned thus far were in there. But I thought I was trying to simplify it, and so I reduced it to 2 values, because I felt that wisdom and hope was a big one as well. In fact, I added hope in the end, because I felt those things were all inherent in love. But joy wasn't necessarily always inherent in love, and so I had to add that one. But when I was thinking about wisdom after having read it last night, I was thinking about my own practice since, completing this work, and trying to, teach from more of a loving kindness perspective. I realized that for me, in my experience, the love is what motivates me, and the hope and joy, but it can't flourish, it can't blossom without, first of all, having trust and respect. So in my classroom, I found I've sort of had to break them down again, break my 2 big values down, and look for opportunities to discuss trust and respect and to build that. But all the while, it's the pursuit of wisdom that's at the base of it, because I'm not simply parenting in the classroom, right? My role is to, facilitate learning, and it's not just learning, but pursuit of wisdom. And it's, the wisdom for me implies this interconnectedness, this global interconnectedness, and this social responsibility. So I thought, geez, am I going to have to add wisdom to my, because, I was thinking about it. And then I thought, what I would do is, I think that's part of love for me. I don't think I can love effectively without it being a wise love. It's not a touchy-feely love. It's not a love that doesn't take into consideration, the whole person and that interconnectedness, and that wise love.
Okay.
So it's a love that pursues wisdom as well. So.
Okay. Could I just mention just one idea? It is that I've been playing around with the idea of philosophy as loving wisdom. Okay, so it's an active, not just to love wisdom, but it's actively loving wisdom, and that feels to resonate with what you're saying, Liz. But I will bring that into the writings, and you're okay with that, Cathy, are you?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I was going to say that my understanding of wisdom is has been very affected by Brand's work, and the idea that to be a wise leader or teacher, you need to have the understanding of yourself. And so for me, it's totally integrated with the idea of understanding my value and why I'm acting in the way I'm acting. And that translates to how I work in the classroom as students understand their own values, understand their own perspective. And it's, so I guess it's maybe not said, like I said, it's not explicit in my writing, but it's very much the foundation of what I did in my research and what I continue to do. And I just, like Liz, I don't think you can have wisdom. You can't work cooperatively towards wisdom unless you have the trust in the classroom, that culture of inquiry where you're able to discuss your values and discuss your own experiences, and you can't be authentic without that basis, and it is part of the process towards gaining wisdom. Does that make sense?
Very
That
good
makes
sense.
a lot of sense.
Really,
Very nice.
really good sense. What I'll do is if I put this onto YouTube, and we'll just check with our bandwidths and how the sound comes out. But your meanings were very clear. And what I couldn't do now, Jackie, if you're okay with this next week, is it's to play around with what we've just been saying, build it into the paper for ARA, so that there is a genuine feel of cooperation between us, with a cooperative inquiry where, my lack of certainty is I genuinely don't know yet how to get on the inside of your meanings. You've helped me today, and I can now, I think, write with Jackie in a way that shows that we are both understanding the nature of the values you're holding in that embodied sense, that, as you're saying, Cathy, sometimes things are not being expressed in the writing, but in that embodied sense, you can recognize these in your practice.
Mm-hmm.
So is that okay then if I'll see what comes out now, because this is the first time I've ever had 4 people, in the sense of this quality of the image and the sound, with a YouTube.
I know that in what I'm hearing, every once in a while there's a part of a word missing.
Yeah.
Liz, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay. When Cathy was speaking, like when you talked about helping your students understand their values, that the first part of the word students didn't come through. So it may need to maybe even do a little descriptor under the clip to pick the little pieces that got dropped.
Well, what we can do is check this. What I'll do is I'll get it onto YouTube later today. I'll send an email around, just to say, look, it's here with this URL. And then we'll have a look, because it won't be too long, but there are really important things, I think, that have been said.
Okay.
I'd just like to add one thing.
Yeah.
When Cathy was speaking, it made me think, we've just finished the second week of the second semester. So I have one class of 33, it's 4U, that's grade 12 university level students. And
Wow, that's a big.
But we have a great space. We have circle and we sit. So I did a check-in. How do you think things have been going for 2 weeks? What has resonated with you? You want more? Want less? So it was probably one of the best experiences of my teaching career thus far. It was absolutely wonderful, and I'm hoping the next time we can do it, I can videotape it. But we're just getting to that trusting moment. But one of the things that came up, and I was telling my husband about it, and I said it wasn't like 5 or 6 times it came. It was like 25 or 26 times. So 25 or 26 times, 30 is a fairly good percentage. And the students talked about, the pace. They loved the pace. They loved the fact that, they were given freedom to pursue what they were interested in. Lots of wonderful things. But they talked about the respectful and trusting environment. And that, I only mentioned those things at the very beginning, so they felt it. And then they talked about the fact that they felt valued and that their opinions were valued. And so I think, although I never used the word wisdom, I think that, that's what makes me passionate, right? Is like my love of learning. And so they felt that, and then they became passionate learners. Okay. And they have embraced this opportunity to pursue their own, interests and the freedom to connect their own learning and the freedom to connect their values to embodied knowledge. And it's just been a phenomenal experience that, although I never ever used the word wisdom, although I did when I was defining philosophy at the very beginning, they understood that it was implied in the environment that we created. Like, that's why we're here, and we're on this journey together. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We need to.
Yeah.
It was a great experience.
It does sound, that's really good. Is that okay, Jackie, or is there anything else that you want?
Well, I'm just conscious that we said that we would for the two, but they haven't arrived, and it is, according to my time, 9:35.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess we're on the assumption that they can't join.
Yeah, but again, I'm happy, for this kind of timing. If we can just, next week or whatever, hopefully we've got something back to you, Cathy and Liz, and also to Jen and Jan, and we can just develop it from there, if that's all right.
Well, I just feel my head buzzing.
Yeah.
It's just, when you guys talk about your classrooms and what's going on there, I just go, oh my God, just amazing. You are amazing.
And you know what, Jackie? That's the that's the hope, right? That's the hope for the future. Is that, and that's has been your influence, because we have the confidence now to go out and teach according to our values, and to avoid or navigate our way through the times when our values are not not allowed to resonate or whatever. I think Cathy and I both with similar experiences. We know now that we don't want to be in a living contradiction situation, and so we actively pursue the opportunities and we create opportunities for us to live according and teach according to our values. And that is the hope. That's what's giving me the hope, even though I know it's still challenging and all those things that existed before are still there. But we now have the hope because we have each other. And
we have a direct way forward that we believe in. I'm thinking about not only just working with my own kids, but working with other staff members. And I know that if I am able to express my vulnerability in situations, it's going to have an effect on the other staff members. And I've seen it again and again. And it works, and it's so exciting to not be in a situation of, oh gosh, how do I do this? How do I, make a connection with these staff members? Because it's really important, but to have a way forward that I trust in, and, it's amazing. It's liberating.
Yeah.
Can I, there's just one other thing I'd just like to check with you, and that is that as I'm seeing the three of you, at particular moments, I'm feeling a resonance with what I call both a life-affirming and a life-enhancing energy. Now, what I'd like to do as well is to just pick out just a still where I'm feeling that, if you like, this is where I'm experiencing from you a flow of this energy with your values. And often in writing, the importance of that energy is omitted. So what I'd also like to do is just show you how I'm experiencing you, and you are actually evoking in me the hope, but it's linked to this flow of energy. So if that's okay with you, I'll do that again this coming week with Jackie, because I'd like very much to check with you that I'm not imposing.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Okay. No, that was really great.
I don't know if you are seeing Liz, but I've got a still of Liz. So
no, I've got Liz. Yeah.
Good. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Well, you guys are just amazing. I just know what kind of magic will happen, but it's magic.
That was really enjoyable. That was great.
So, if you're willing, and I'm thinking on what we talked about today, Jack gets that uploaded, we can have a look at it.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Great. I'll do that later today, and then I'll email you.
I'll send you some of my sunshine.
I can see this. You already did.
We do have sunshine here. I want you to see. Hang on. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's coming through. See the snow?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Snow.
Yeah. Oh, that is, gosh. Where is that, Cathy? Is that in Ontario?
Yes.
Yeah, because this one, I don't know if you can see, but I've also got sunshine in the car.
Oh,
Well, that's really good. Okay.
Lovely to see you guys.
Yeah.
Are we talking about next Sunday, or?
Yeah, just send an email, Jackie, and,
Yeah.
let's see if Jen and Jan can join us. Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah.
I
Bye-bye
love
then.
you guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.